once again, it depends a bit of which kind of companies you are looking at. There are some companies which are still growing quite a lot. We saw the results and we were surprised on the upside. There is also a risk which is driven by the currency, so we need to be careful about the currency impact as well. But overall, we have few elements on the consumer side which are strong. One is falling inflation. If you have less in inflation and your wage remains still well-oriented, which is the case not only in the US, because we speak a lot about the US, but it's also the case in Europe, you still have money to spend. I think people will be just more selective in terms of spending, but the trend is there, and particularly the trend is there in the US. Once again, in Asia, the story is probably different. We haven't seen a full recovery to pre-COVID level in terms of spending. The problem is linked to a real estate market which is impacting savings, and confidence is low. Unemployment rate among young people is high. So I'm more concerned about the recovery and the time that recovery in Asia consumption will take rather than US one. So I still believe that some companies in the luxury space are attractive, and we need to think about long term. I mean, when you are looking for companies with high ROI, with cash, positive cash, with profitability and margin being high, in Europe, you only find within luxury goods and some, how we say, household names.
Claudia, I wonder whether we've gone peak margin now in the luxury space. I mean, there's been an industry narrative that they can keep on pushing up prices until they can't. And what we're seeing here now, a fade in terms of some of those spending patterns. When it comes to individual names, I mean, Hermes, for instance, has only just pushed through some of those increases lately. So a bit late to the party in terms of the increases. But I still wonder, by and large now, as we look across at the very high prices that Kering with Gucci was charging to LVMH over the years, is it just peak margin now, and we have to think that there could be some slippage from here for investors?
Yeah, the margins are pretty high, but what makes the difference is organic sales growth. I think what is important to say is volume need to grow. We are in an economy which is not in recession, and so we should see an improvement not on the pricing side, but more on the revenue side, on the volume side. This is a general pattern, is a trend we see not only across the luxury names, but also across other consumer names. So if you have volume growth picking up and price stabilizing, then should be good for the sector overall. This is at least is what we are thinking about.